Hold on, y'all. Let's get this thing started. Hey, you guys. How you doing? Welcome to the Ladybug Show. I am so excited to have you guys here. I am so excited for this to be my first show of 2023. Man, what you guys can expect in the Ladybug Show is nothing but inspiration, positivity, motivation, and education, baby, because you got to teach people how to get to the next level. And that's what I like to do. I've learned so much through trial and error over my years, and it's nothing like being able to teach someone else how not to make the same mistakes you've made so that they can be successful. So before we get started, you guys, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about who I am, where I'm from, and what you can expect on this show. So first of all, my name is Latasha Rosier Balin. I am located in Washington, D.C., the DMV area, and I am currently a professional certified realtor, right? But prior to me getting into real estate, I've been in credit repair since 2013. 2013. And me being in credit repair has helped me to touch so many lives. It helped me to connect with people. I've traveled all across the country, teaching people about financial literacy, and I'm trying to get my mojo back in being able to help people get to the next level, because credit is power, and we have to be able to have our credit score where we need to be in order for you to get where you want to be. So today, guys, this live is going to be focused on some credit tips, some home ownership tips, because that's my goal. My goal is to help people get to the next level when it comes to generating that generational wealth that we all need for our family. So what I want you guys to do, if you want for me to be able to see it, and my special guest, please give StreamYard the access for me to see your comment live on Facebook or YouTube so I can share that. We can commentate together to make sure we're educating everyone properly. All right, you guys, so let's get into it. I have a really special guest backstage with me. She is absolutely amazing, you guys. I met her a few months ago in my real estate journey, and she has helped me and my clients so much, and I want to share her with the world. You cannot keep great things a secret. And this lady is so great. She's so amazing. And I'm going to bring her on so that she can basically give you guys the gist of who she is, what she does, and how she's been helping people to change so many lives. Let's see if I can bring her on. Hold on here. Oh, my goodness. Add to the stream. Is it what?
Hello.
Hi, Danya.
Hey, Latasha. How are you? Thank you for having me on today.
How are you?
I'm doing just great.
Oh,
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much for tuning for joining me. I really appreciate the short notice. But I do wanted to make sure that I am teaching my following about the great people that I'm connected to so that they can create some things for themselves in 2023 and beyond. So go ahead and get right into it, girl. Let us know who you are, where you're from, what is it that you do, and why are you so amazing?
Well, I appreciate the warm introduction. For those who don't know me, my name is Danielle Moffitt, and I am a loan officer with Presidential Bank Mortgage. I've been in the industry for 3 years now. I started just before COVID, so it's hard to even believe that it's been 3 years now. Over at Presidential, we are a direct national lender affiliated with Presidential Bank. I am local to the Washington, D.C. area, but we do have the ability to make loans nationwide. I did get into the industry previously. I had a processing experience, so that helped giving me the ability to take a loan from start to finish. So I know I've experience in the background of what happens, after your loan has the application's been submitted and how you get it through underwriting into closing. So that background knowledge has allowed me to excel as a loan officer, given that I have the ability and knowledge to get them underwritten or, to the underwriter, get the approval done, up front before, you even put an offer on your home.
Absolutely. You absolutely do, because you helped me to do that exact same thing and close deals for my clients. And I'm so appreciative for you, Danielle. You're so patient. And what I love about you is your communication. Communication is very, very key, not just in your relationships, but especially in this business. Making sure you're educating your client from beginning to close is very, very important. So let's get right into it, girl, because what I really want to talk about is some myths that a lot of people are believing out there when it comes to buying a home, right? And one of the myths that I've heard is that people need this great credit score. People really feel like they need to have their score at 700 or above before they even try to get pre-approved. In that case, do you find that to be true? And if not, what is the lowest score that you've basically been able to pre-approve someone for?
Yes, great question. So obviously with the higher the credit score, the lower monthly payment you would be able to qualify for. The lowest we typically see investors accept is a 580 credit score. And when the credit is low, investors would like to see compensating factors such as having stable income, reserves, and even a low debt to income ratio.
Okay. My connection is low. Can you hear me, Danielle?
I can, but the camera is moving very slow,
okay.
Very delayed.
Yeah. Okay. I just don't want to lose. Okay. We're just going to go right into it. Again, you guys, this is my first show. So please, thank you for your patience. Please let me know if you're not hearing us, okay, if you're not seeing us, so that I can, make some adjustments. But that was a great response, Danielle. A 580 is the lowest that someone can get pre-approved for. But a 580, right? It kind of puts you out of the loop when it comes to someone needing down payment assistance. Some people do need assistance, when it comes to down payment and closing costs. So with that being said, what is the point as credit score is concerned for someone to be able to access down payment assistance programs?
For down payment assistance programs, they typically will accept the lowest is about a 620. There are federal and state down payment assistance program. It's also important to check with your employer to see if they provide any housing assistance as well. When you do go to, let's say you do a state housing assistance, it's very important to ask whether or not the assistance is given to you as a grant, meaning you're not obligated to pay it back, or if it's a deferred loan, meaning you'd be required to pay those funds back when you go to sell the home. So these are kind of just some of the questions you would need to ask, the lender you do decide to go with as what options you are given based off that state requirement. There are federal down payment assistance
Got you.
programs as
So
well.
620. Okay.
Yes, there are down payment assistance programs federally as well, depending on which state you are located in. For the FHLB Atlanta grant that we provide, they have increased their first-time home buyer payment from $7,500 to $12,500, and they've increased the amount for community lenders. So if you're a educator or first responder, you would now be able to qualify for up to $15,000 in grant funds.
Wow. And a grant means that you do not have to repay that.
Correct. A grant is seen as a gift.
That's awesome. Oh, wow. So they've increased that. Okay. Well, my clients are going to be real excited about that this year. 12,000. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, you know, with a lot of the programs, with the programs being for the you can either use an FHA loan or a conventional loan.
You can also use,
and some people don't know the difference.
Yes, and some programs will accept a VA or USDA loan as well, but since those are 100% financing loans, instead of giving a down payment assistance, it'll be a closing cost assistance because obviously there's no down payment needed on those loans. For FHA,
that's even more.
Yes. And so for FHA, the minimum down payment is 3.5%. And if you're a first-time home buyer, meaning you haven't owned a property in the past 3 years, you will be allowed a minimum of 3% down payment through conventional. If you currently own or have owned in the past 3 years, then the minimum would be 5% down on conventional. Now, the biggest difference in going FHA versus conventional is the mortgage insurance. And the big misconception we see is that, you know, people assume FHA is for first-time home buyers only. But the truth is FHA is a loan program designed for those with low credit scores, therefore deemed as a high-risk loan. And since it is a high-risk loan, there is a lot more mortgage insurance fees associated with it. FHA requires an upfront mortgage insurance premium as well as a monthly mortgage insurance for the life of the loan. So if you put 20% down on an FHA loan, or you now have, 20% equity in your home, you will still be paying mortgage insurance for the life of that loan. However, if you have a conventional loan, mortgage insurance isn't needed if you're putting 20% down. Or if your loan gets to 20% equity, that mortgage insurance will get removed once it hits 22% equity. It'll get automatically removed. If your loan does reach 20% equity, you can put in a request to your original lender and they will get that removed sooner rather than waiting for it to go to 22%. So you have more flexibility with a conventional loan in terms of mortgage insurance. Yeah.
Okay. So with today's current market, putting down 20% right now just doesn't make sense, right?
Correct. So with, the higher interest rates than what we've typically been seeing, as well as the way home values are going up, let's put it this way. The amount of money you would spend putting 20% down as opposed to 3% down, you're putting those funds down to save you that monthly mortgage insurance. And instead, with raising, values, you're going to hit that 20% equity a lot sooner than you would think. When you go to refinance, let's say your home value is, $100,000 more than what you bought it at. You have more, the likelihood of you being at that 20% equity might be higher. So instead of putting those funds towards your down payment, instead put those funds towards an investment where the rate of return is high.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. We're definitely trying to get people to purchase, but we don't want them to break the bank doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to have constructive ways of people investing their money is definitely very, very key. And so again, I really do appreciate the education that you're providing us tonight, Danielle. Now, there are a few things that I've heard that have just hit hot off the press. FHA or HFA have announced that they're removing something to make purchasing easier for first-time home buyers. What is that, Danielle? What are they removing?
So if you are under the 120% area median income, then and you're a first-time home buyer, then the loan level price adjustment is getting removed. And loan level price adjustment is in place for first-time home buyers because they are also deemed a risk. So they've removed that loan level price adjustment to make it more affordable for first-time home buyers to be purchasing. So let's say
what is a loan level price adjustment?
A loan level price adjustment is what is the loan factors that adjust the interest rate. So let's say typically if you're putting 20% down, you might be getting a better interest rate than someone who's putting 3% down. But in this case, if you're a first-time home buyer, you fall under that AMI limit, you would get the same interest rate putting 3% down as someone putting 20% down.
Oh, wow. And is that with conventional as well as FHA or just conventional?
It is for conventional.
3% down. And really quick, Danielle, do you know the difference as to why with the conventional loan, someone would put 3% and then another may put 5%? What is that based on?
So if the loan is over the conforming loan limit and deemed a high balance loan, then you would be required to put 5% down. However, if you're within that conforming limit, you would be allowed to put 3% down as a first-time home buyer. Another reason you might be putting 5% down is if you currently own a home or have owned a home in the past 3 years, you're not considered a first-time home buyer. In that case, you would be putting 5% down as well as a minimum.
Gotcha. But the minimum is not 20%, right? Let's crush that myth right now, right, Danielle?
Yes, it is not.
It is not 20%, you guys. So you don't need a perfect credit score. You don't have to be a millionaire to purchase. Danielle, again, has so many creative ways for you guys to get pre-approved. And then there's so many ways for you guys to access down payment and closing cost assistance as well.
Yeah.
And we can talk about all of that.
Another
personal consultation, right?
Absolutely. And another popular thing we've been seeing, especially in a low activity market we're in right now, is sellers are more motivated than ever to sell their houses. Some have been sitting on the market for 3 months. No one, the holiday, it comes with the winter holiday months. There's not as many active buyers in the market, so sellers are more motivated to give seller credit to get that house sold. So we've been seeing clients getting a seller credit on top of down payment assistance, grants, or loans. They're coming to the table with little to no closing costs. So it can be done, whether or not you have to go, over asking price and asking for that difference back in a seller credit. There's ways to go around it if the seller isn't willing to give that seller credit at that listed price.
Absolutely. And you definitely got to have a good realtor that knows how to negotiate these things for you guys. to be able to save as much money as possible when it comes to getting to the closing table. So Danielle, I want to close out the question by asking you, if someone wants to get pre-approved, we know all they need is a 580 to start with credit score. What else do you need in order for them to get that magic letter? Like, what are the documents that someone would need to provide so that they can see if they are pre-approved?
So first thing we would need to look at is your employment, specifically your employment history. We will look back for 2 years of your employment, unless you're a recent student. So if you were, let's say, in college, or you were in beauty school or anything along those lines, you were taking some sort of classes, if you can show some sort of diploma or anything that kind of shows that you were in courses during that time, we can use that towards your employment history. So that's huge for recent college graduates who, only have 6 months or so in the working field, that they would be able to qualify since they have that college history as well. Another thing we would look at is if you have any rental properties, or if you're self-employed, then in that case, then we would need tax returns. We also look at W-2s or 1099s, depending on if you are a contractor or a regular salary employee. We'd also look at your 2 most recent pay stubs, your most recent bank statement, and your photo ID would be the documents needed for your pre-approval.
Okay. So no blood or anything like that, just the normal stuff.
Yeah, just the normal stuff.
Wow. So, and really quick, just to piggyback off of what you said. So does this count for someone that has just finished like a trade school? Any trade school?
Any classes of any sort, if they are a student, then that can count towards your employment history.
That's amazing. Yeah, that is pretty cool.
It's
all right.
huge.
Well, Danielle, I know you do have another meeting to go to. So please, can you just tell my people how they can connect with you? And of course, if anyone reaches out to me, you're going to be the first to know about it. But how can people reach you and get in touch with you?
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and send a link in the chat right now, and it will have everything to links to my social media accounts, my email, my contact. You'll be able to manually save contact through this link. And you're welcome to share your information as well, where I can then reach out and get into contact with you. And that link is now in the chat.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much, Danielle, for your time. I look forward to having an even better 2023 with you. And we'll be chatting soon. Thank you so much for joining the Ladybug Show.
Thank you so much for having me, Latasha. Cheers to 2023. Looking forward to it. Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheers, girl. See you soon. So you guys, you heard it here first, right? This live is really just for me to educate you guys and tell you, one, about this huge announcement that I feel like I really need to share with people. In order for me to get to the next level, I have to help others get to the next level, right? So one, you don't need a 700 or better credit score, right? You can have a score as low as 580 to get approved if you are looking to purchase your home. Two, you don't need 20%, you guys. 3 to 5% is what you're going to need for your down payment. And then your closing costs may be another 3 to 4%. And again, with the market being the way it is, you can definitely get help from the seller to help you with your closing costs. You can get help from the state to help you with your down payment and closing costs. So making sure you have a good realtor that's able to negotiate for you on your behalf to ensure that you're getting to closing with as little as money as possible is very, very key. So We're 25 minutes in, and what my huge announcement is, you guys, is I have decided to offer free credit repair to my clients that are serious about purchasing a home. Free credit repair. I don't know if any of you out there have ever, reached out to anyone about repairing your credit. But there are different pricings. People have their own price, but it can get very, very expensive for credit repair. So offering free credit repair is something that I was told, from someone up above to really just be able to help people get to the next level, is offer this service to my clients exclusively. So if you are serious about purchasing a home, right now, I will tell you, there are some restrictions in there, and we can talk about those restrictions on a confidential, personal level. But if you are serious about purchasing a home in 2023 or, in the near future, free credit repair, and your credit score is not where it needs to be, I'm offering free credit repair for you guys so that you can definitely get to the next level, as I would love to help you turn your dreams into keys. So look, this is my first show. So it's going to get better and better as we go. I don't think my connection was the best on this show, but trust me, your girl is going to figure it out. I always figure it out. Okay. So I want to appreciate everybody for watching. If you're watching a replay, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, follow, and subscribe to your girl Latasha Ladybug, aka Latasha Rozier Balin, aka Grow with Latasha. I am here to help people grow to the next level, because when I do that, it helps me grow to the next level. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your time. Happy Monday. And I will see you on the next Ladybug show. All right, you guys. Peace. Enjoy your evening.